This is Kirk Sinclair, the hiking humanitarian. I'm in the home of Debra Bolton, who works with Cooperative Extension to get together communities that have diversity in them, to bridge them, so to speak. And so, Debra, I have a few questions for you.
All right.
One,
can you hear the water running?
yeah, I probably can.
Yeah.
Can you explain what bridging is, why there's a problem with it, why the communities here face a problem with that, and what you're doing to try to overcome that problem?
Well, bridging is when you're in a social group, or let's say a community of interest, and that's kind of a coined term. When you're with people who think like you, act like you know, have the same political beliefs, maybe in the same socioeconomic background. But so you have these bonded groups, and then you know, other people in other bonded groups, and you know, you're all kind of in separate bonded groups. Well, bridging is when one bonded group, members of one bonded group go and interact with members of the other bonded group. So so their ideas that are exchanged, their cultural ideas also that are exchanged, new information is let out of one group and comes into another group. Now, when you just stay in those bonded groups and you don't exchange information or interact with other groups, then, you know, growth ceases to exist. And when I talk about growth, I mean growth in ideas, or and then learning about other people, and that's cause for conflict. And that's why we have conflict, because we like and know who we are and what we do, and we're not necessarily open-minded to another group's ideas. You know, we do that in war all the time. We just don't get to know each other. We only think we know each other. So, okay, you believe a certain way, and so I don't really want to interact with you. That means I haven't taken the time to see what you're really all about. And mostly what I do is I've been doing research in Anglo communities, and then comparing that, because I'm also doing research in minority communities. And since the Hispanic community is very large in southwest Kansas, that's my area of focus. What I want to do is kind of paint their human side, so that the people that are saying, oh, we don't need immigrants here because they're this, they're, you know, whatever they are, they're illegal. But rather than seeing immigrants as an asset, I'm trying to show the human side of the immigrant families that come, that they want the same things that we want in this, quote, American dream. They want the American dream. They just have to go about it a different way, because of poverty, because of language barriers, because of cultural differences, possibly learning the new culture, learning the folkways and mores of the receiving community. And when I say receiving community, I'm talking about the community to which the families, let's say Mexico, for example, they emigrate from their community, their mother community, and they go to a receiving community. And southwest Kansas has a lot of receiving communities because of the jobs. There are opportunities for jobs for low-skilled workers, and the wage to them is pretty good. If you're in Mexico, for example, I've studied there twice. Say you work in a sugar factory. If you're a worker, you're making 7 pesos a day. If you're the, is it 70 pesos a day? That's equal to about $7 a day. If you're in management, you're making about 190 pesos a day, and that's equivalent to about $19 a day. So then you get this information that There are beef packing plants in southwest Kansas that'll pay you $13 an hour for a beginning wage. Then you will do what you need to do to travel that length and make that wage so that your family has a better life. Okay, so that's just part of that immigrant story, but I just want to help people see that these families love their children. They want the same thing for their children that we want. And I talk about an Anglo-American dominant culture. I just think people need to be more open-minded, and that bridging is really what I'm trying to do in showing, okay, look, these guys are pretty good, these guys are pretty good, look at what they have to offer you. When you exchange those ideas, then you get to know each other, and those barriers that keep you apart or separate are actually knocked down a little bit.
Well, what activities are you doing to try to accomplish that?
Okay, I work in cooperative extension, so I've been writing papers, I've been doing workshops. We have extension agents that are out in the communities. A lot of them are focusing on different things such as nutrition. Some are focused on community development, and that's helping communities address community issues in a collective act with collective effort. And when I say collective, you're bringing lots of different people in from different organizations, different walks of life, and you're working on a project together. That's true bridging there. And
can you name some of the projects that you've done that with?
Well, community, for example, betterment, community betterment. Maybe like one community worked on their park together and made walking trails and things that promoted physical activity. I'm thinking of one in Finney County. It's called the Community Health Coalition. There are probably representatives of 40 different organizations that come together. We have a focus on underage drinking, stopping or trying to reduce underage drinking. We have one that focuses on parenting issues. Collectively, we got a smoking ban in the countywide smoking ban, things that promote healthy communities. Now there's another group working on healthy community design. How could you make your communities so that more walking is happening, more physical activity is happening, because we're looking at obesity in children, we're looking at a lot of those health disparities, and so that's another example. Let's see, just education. So mostly what I'm doing is trying to educate county extension agents on ways that they can work with communities that they're not, just a second, let's go over here, how they can work with communities that or bring people together from different, I think she wanted some tea over here. Bring people together from different disciplines to address here's an example. Nutrition. Nutrition's a big thing in extension. So we want to work with underrepresented populations, in this case Hispanic populations. They eat healthy in their country, then they come here and they're lured by the fast food places. They'll eat McDonald's. They're lured by fast food places, so then weight starts to go up. All this convenience food, which is high in sodium, high in sugars, high in fat, and it tastes good, and it's very comforting food, and in some cases it's not that expensive. So they're really lured by that. And so one of the things we have to do is try to teach them, okay, going back to the kinds of food you ate in your country, where you made it yourself, you grew it yourself, that's a good thing. That's nothing to be ashamed of. So kind of changing the paradigm in them on how to continue to eat healthy, even in the face of all these sexy foods that are fast and convenient. This year we worked with a group of women in planting a garden. They had gardens in their country in most cases, but they didn't know anything about canning, how to preserve that food, how to preserve it properly in some cases. So, you know, little bits of connecting. Now, in that case, we haven't bridged anything yet. We're working with the women in their language and actually helping them get their high school diplomas, actually, and that's called the Expanded Food and Nutrition Education Program. And it's a federally funded program, but it has good ideas. The women go to classes for 12 weeks, and they learn a lot of things, and hopefully they're changing behaviors. And but then once we start to help them raise their confidence levels and working with them in English, and that opens up things for them. Some have gone on and become interpreters in the schools or something like that, but trying to give them skills little by little so that they feel confident to go forward and start to make bridges. But there are things that you have to address first, like culture, language, confidence. And I think confidence is really a big thing that we don't often think about, and why a population might not, it might, to us, to maybe an Anglo eye, it's going to look, like they're just disinterested. Like kids, like a thing I hear a lot, the Hispanic parents just don't care about education. They don't come to parent-teacher conference. Well, it's an intimidating institution, education, because they didn't have that opportunity in their country. And so it's a new thing. They're very proud for their children to be in school, but it's a new thing for them. So they have to learn how to start interacting with people that may be intimidating. So I think oftentimes we don't do that. But you kind of have to understand a lot of different backgrounds and where people are coming from, like what lenses are they looking at the world through, before you can find common ground to begin those bridges. And so you just find those things. Food is a great equalizer. When you're finding ways to bring people together around food, that seems to be a starting point. And so we do a lot of that, just visiting with them and going into new populations and just talking to them and letting them tell you their story is a big thing.
Well, I think we better close out here. Thank you very much.
All right, you're welcome.